Hello, I see some people joining. Okay, I found myself on Facebook. That's always good. So hopefully, hi Stacy, I see your comment. And Carol, thanks for joining. Okay, here we go. I see a few people watching, so if you're here, say hello. Let us know where you're from. It'd be great to talk to you. You can let Facebook know or give Facebook permission to see your comments and your name. I'm sorry about last week. I couldn't see names looking at my computer, but when I looked later, I could find some. So we're going to go with it. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Valentine's Day. I see Rosemary Schmidt. Thanks for joining. You're joining from YouTube, it looks like. So thanks for being here. Hopefully you can hear me. I always have that fear that you can't hear me, but I'm using the mic from my phone, which is right here. Coming from snowy northern Wisconsin. Oh, gosh, we've been so lucky down here. In New York, we haven't gotten any snow. I think there was one day of flurries and that's it. Thank you for sharing. So let's get into it. My name is Antoinette Bay. I am with the Paper Papillion, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Lynbrook, New York. And I'm really happy to come to you tonight with a what I call a keepsake card. And the reason I call them that, I started making them a number of years ago as little keepsakes for my daughter, because she's for special occasions, a special birthday, a special maybe a promotion at work, or just something special. So I decided that two things came at the same time: Valentine's Day and just good things happening in her life, in her career. So I decided to make her a special card, and so that's what I'm recreating tonight. Now, anyone that would like the measurements and the directions, and this video, this Facebook Live replay will be included in the tutorial. There is a link to join my email newsletter. And I'm sorry, there is a Facebook user on here. Let's see if I can see it here. Maybe it's Kathleen. Maybe it's Kathleen. Yeah, I think it's Kathleen. I can see it on my other laptop here, but not over here. So we're good. It looks like Kathleen because I see the same comment. And by the way, Kathleen, your card that you won last week just went into the mail yesterday. So hopefully you'll get it. Maybe you're close by, so you might get it by tomorrow. Okay. It's coming in the pretty pink Jiffy padded envelope because it was big. It just barely fit into that envelope too, that Jiffy padded envelope. So also stay tuned to the end where I draw a prize for last week's card that we made. Thank you, Rosemary. You can hear me. Hi, Laura, Paula. Nice to see you. And Kathleen, like I said, I'm checking over here. I could see that it's you. So I'm going to check here. If I see Facebook user, I'll check my other computer to my left to see if I can recognize who it is. I don't know why it's like that on this is a new computer. The one that you're seeing me on, it's a new laptop that I got for Christmas, and it's different. It's a Microsoft Surface, and my desktop and my other laptop are both Apples, and so is my phone. So this one's a little different. I'm going to have to figure it out. Anyway, as you can see from my posts, I am using the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper and Country, what is this? Is it Country Gingham? Let's see. I think it's Country Gingham. So that would be these papers down here, Country Gingham. And then up here, you'd see the Country Floral front and back. I think that's almost all the pieces, all the papers. We're using Petal Pink ink pad, Sweet Sorbet Mint Macaron ink pad. And there is an issue with my Mint Macaron. I'm going to have to buy a new one. I am also using a couple of retired items that happen to be on the clearance rack. One of them is a real red ribbon. And I checked a little while ago, a couple of hours ago, and all the items that I'm using tonight from the clearance rack are still available. And one of them is a real red ribbon. But this Designer Series Paper Suite comes with this ribbon. So it's a real red or a Sweet Sorbet colored ribbon. It's called Real Red and Burlap Ribbon. So there's always a red ribbon available. And like I said, if you'd like all the measurements, the supplies that I use tonight, and directions, you can join my email newsletter if you are not on it. It goes on out tomorrow at around 5 o'clock. Okay. And so the other item I'm using that is retired, but on the clearance rack, are these Genial Gems. And I love them. I purchased quite a few of them because I really like them. So I'll put those off to the side. You can see the papers we're using. I'm using a variety of dies and stamps to make this card. I just pulled out all the stops for this card. And this is a new set. And this is what I used in my last month's card kit to go. Sentimental Park and Petal Park. So anybody that bought that card kit to go for me last month has another use for these these stamps. I'm using one that I haven't used in a while, Blessings of Home. Not the stamp set, but the dies. I'm using all these little dies that create leaves and small flowers. And from Artistic, I'm using just the leaves right here. And from Painted Labels, I'm using just this circle. And this is also retired, these Playful Alphabet, but it is on the clearance rack. And this is a great deal. They're $20, 20 and change. I had printed out the 3 items that I'm using that are retired, but on the clearance rack. But I don't know where my printout is. I lost it. I printed out a couple of things. They're in the house somewhere. I just can't remember. They're probably stuck with my work papers somewhere. Anyway, so I'm using all of those things. So let's put this all on the side and get started. Oh, I'm also using a current time-worn type embossing folder. So let's put all of this on the side. Because this is it's kind of an involved project. I did do a lot of the pre-cutting and pre-stamping, but we're going to do the stamping and some cutting as well tonight. So let me put all of this away. We don't need it anymore because, like I said, I've done most of the work. And like I said, the tutorial that goes out tomorrow with my newsletter will have all the measurements for you there and pictures. Okay, so let's put this away. So if you have any questions along the way, you can ask. Hi, Darlene, from Kent, Ohio. Nice to see you. Someone said, just tried to fill in newsletter sign-up sheet, but it didn't seem to work. There's a link here that the link didn't work, or as you were filling it out, it didn't work. You might get a notice in your email you might have to click something else. I'm not 100% sure, but if you can email me, I'll give you my email address. Let's see. Oh, it's Kathleen. Here's my email address. If you email me, just let me know what issues you're having and I'll try to get it resolved for you. or add you to my newsletter directly. So just email me here, Kathleen. Okay. So let's pull out all the pieces. Stay tuned to the end, and I'm going to share some other things besides a drawing. Okay. And pre-cut. So before we do anything, let's do some stamping. We'll get the stamping out of the way. I'm going to bring all my, like I said, we're using Sentimental Park and what was the name of the other stamp set? Is it Petal Park? Sentimental Park? Yes, and Petal Park for the leaves and the flowers. Those are the two stamp sets I'm using. So I don't know if you can see this, but some damage happened to my stamp set, and I don't know how. Now, I've had this for a very long time, and it's due for a new, I'm due for a new one. It's very strange. I've never seen this before. And I'm going to ink it up like this. And this is just going to go right over here. And then I'm going to do this leaf. We'll do that right down here. And then I need the solid images, which I did not block up. So we'll get the solid images on here. Now, this piece broke. When I was pulling it out of here, I pulled too hard and it broke off. I did not do that intentionally. Now, at times I do a little stamp surgery, but that was not intentional. Let's see, I need this and this. That's all I need here. And from here, I need, Rosemary says, I just signed up and it worked for me. Oh, thank you for letting me know that. One of your pads did that too, Carol, huh? Yeah, I think it might be like if it's a darker pad, sometimes that happens, but it doesn't happen right away. So one thing I was thinking about what could have caused that is I tend to watercolor in here. Probably not a good idea because then any liquid from the water gets into here. So I am thinking, looking at this pad, that is what I did. So in the future, I won't be watercoloring using this side. I'll be using a block to do watercoloring. So next time I do watercoloring, I'm going to do that. I think that might be part of my issue here. Let's see. Here's scrap paper. I have to stamp off, so I need some scrap paper. So just FYI, if you've seen me do that in the past, where I don't do that. Not a good idea. I mean, I can't be 100% sure, but it could be a very big part of the problem. Okay. And now I'm just filling in the leaves. But before I do that, I want the lines to be, the filling to be a little bit lighter than it. Let's go this way. Than the outline. Right. And then this one. Now I'm not going to be looking at comments too much tonight. And the reason for that is because I really need to concentrate on what I'm doing. I don't want to miss any steps because this video is going to be the replay for the tutorial. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is use the lighter, which is Petal Pink, and just do this bunch of flowers and one of these flowers. And then we'll take the solid image, stamp off, And this does not have to be perfect. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And that's pretty good for eyeballing it. And I am not going in any specific way for this. Actually, I just found the right way. So I think I'm just going to go like that. That's really light. Let me try that again. Okay. Then we can close that up. And then we'll go with cleaning it off and doing the sweet sorbet. Anyone else just seeing a still picture? Oh, I hope not. Let's see. Laura says she's seeing a still picture. I hope not. I'm not seeing a still picture on my end. So I hope not. I'm seeing movement. Okay, so now we're going to do sweet sorbet and the outline for the smaller flower and sweet sorbet and sweet sorbet for the filling. Let's move that around because I did not do that very well. And then sweet sorbet for the filling here as well. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to put these on the side, and I'm going to put these on the side as well. Okay, but before I do anything else, I'm just going to put this here. We need these on blocks, these smaller flowers on blocks as well. So I'm going to put these smaller and these little dots, if you can see them, right next to the flowers, because we're going to lightly stamp the back of the base of the card. So try going out and coming back in. Thank you, Carol. That's a good suggestion. Thank you for suggesting that to, I don't remember who it was. Oh, Laura. Okay, so I'm not going to do this now because you've just seen me stamp. And basically, if I need it, we will. I just cut these, fussy cut this. And this one, these 5 went through the die cut machine with the dies that match. So, you know what? We might need them. So why don't we just do that quick? We might need them. 2 and 3. We'll get that done quick. And then we're going to do the sentiment. And I think that will cover our die cutting for the evening. So I'm going to cut these up. I'm going to use the mini, just in case anybody's new here and hasn't seen the die cutting. I know a lot of you are paper crafters, but some of you may not be. So where's my die cut? Here we go. I have the mini right here. So why don't we just go with that and die cut some of these. So there's the sweet sorbet flower. I'm just going to find a little notch right here and find the notch in the flower and line that up right there. But I am going to secure it with some Post-it tape. Did you try going out, logging out, and then logging back in, as Carol mentioned? Try that. I am on the Paper Papillion Stampers group. I'm on the Paper Papillion business page, and I'm also the Paper Papillion on YouTube. if that helps at all, Laura. So there are 3 places you could try to find me, because I am moving on my end and others haven't reported any problems. So I'm hoping that if you go back, if you log out and log back into one of the pages, you'll be okay. And if not, the replay will be here. Okay. So this is running quickly, right? And here we go. Okay. Now I'm not going to cut that because I have plenty of them cut. That's just fussy cutting the leaf, the large leaf. We'll just do this one just in case I do need it later for any reason. Just going to do that. Okay. Okay, so we have all the die cut pieces. See how quick that was? We'll put this away so I don't lose it. I'm going to put some of these blocks over here because I don't think I need them anymore. Not 100% sure, can't recall, but just in case, just to give me some, give myself some more room here. Okay. All right. Okay, so now let's get all these pieces over here. So here's the ribbon. It's about 22 inches long. Here are all the die cut pieces from the Blessings of Home. It's called, this one is Flowers of Home Dies, but it's part of this bundle. So all of these little flowers come from there, and leaves, these little white flowers and leaves. I pre-cut one of the hearts from the designer series paper, so we'll leave that on the side. Here's that circle from Painted Labels that I mentioned earlier. Here are some leaves that I cut out from the artistic die set. And here are all the scallop pieces that were die cut. So let me show you this. So with this paper, you need 2. So this is design 6x6 in color designer series paper. And you need 2 sheets to cut this because of the size of the scallop. But one of them, okay, so these were both one size at one point, the same size. But I took another scallop and put it in the middle, the smaller scallop, to cut this scallop out. And we're going to use it. And this is going to be for the front. And then there's some designer series paper with the hearts and the X's right here. And some embossed. This is the rectangle. And here are 4 white scalloped pieces. And another scallop right here that we're going to be using. And this is from the In Color 6x6 In Color designer series paper. I pulled in another pack of paper and vellum and all these little strips that we're going to be using as well. And then there's a smaller 2-inch, little less than 2-inch piece of ribbon. So let's see what we should start with first. Now, this strip is for if you're using the letters. So that strip is for that. We're not going to be using any of the letters tonight. Now, this is cut from a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper. So that's what this is, a 12 inch by 3 7/8. And then it's scored at the 3-inch mark all the way across, 3, 6, and 9. Okay, to make that fold. But that will be in the tutorial. Here's some vellum. This is the part that's going to be for writing your note. Okay, let's put, here's the card base. So before we start putting this together, let's do some stamping. So we're going to stamp a little bit of, this is where I put the little flowers and the little dots. So I'm just going to take the mint macaron color and just stamp a little bit around the edges here. So let's take this and just stamp a little. Doesn't have to be perfect, and turn it around a little bit so it's not always in the same direction when you stamp it. Actually, I'm going really light with that, but a little bit lighter than I'd like. And I only need the edges here. Maybe here, and just in case. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, we'll leave that as is. Oh, let's do, should we do a little bit on the back? Let's do a little bit on the back too. Now, someone said you should always, when you're stamping like this, stamp in the form of a triangle, which is what I'm trying to do on my way down. And now I can just kind of fill it in. And now I'm just filling in. And that's the back of the card. And that's the inside. Okay. So all these flowers are also from, like I said, they are from this set here, Petal Park. This little piece and this flower right here. So that's the back. And then we'll do the sentiment, and then we're going to put the whole thing together. So for the sentiment, oh, I forgot that stamp set. Let's see. That stamp set that I'm using is Celebrating You. We're going to use for the front, You Are Every Bit of Wonderful. And for the inside, So Proud of You. So let's get some more blocks here. Oh, that's too small. I'm so proud of you. That one will wait until later, when I need it later. Remember that I put it on a block and it is in the corner. So let's do this stamping. So I'm using the embossing buddy to get any dust off of the paper so that the powder doesn't stick to it. And then I'm using my Versamark. Hi, Laura. I'm curious to know if you were able to get back in. You are every bit of wonderful. Hi, Lynn. And now we're going to, I think that's dark enough. Let's see. Put that in the, yeah, that's perfect. The only thing I need to do here is use my embossing buddy to clean up just a little bit around here. I pressed too hard with my stamp and I got a little bit of an outline. Okay. Now we're going to heat this, and what I'm going to do is lower my, shut off my mic while I heat this. So hold on 1 second. I'm grabbing my heat tool, and you will not hear it. So notice how I just go straight across and I don't go like this. It will take you a lot longer to heat if you go like that. If you just let it heat up on this area or this area and then work your way down, it goes a lot smoother. So now I need to cut this down. I want it to be small. I think that'll do it. And then a little bit here. I want that to be a little bit smaller as well. A little bit closer to the wording is what I should say, not smaller. Okay. And then I'm going to flag. You'll hear me say the word flag a lot in my tutorial. And this is what I mean by flag, is just cut up the middle and give each end an angle. And there's a little flagging going on there. I don't know if that's a proper way, proper wording, but that's what I say, flagging it. My husband's on the phone with somebody. He's kind of loud right now, so I'm hoping it doesn't come through. I'm downstairs in the basement, but okay. I have no idea who he's talking to or what might come out of his mouth, so let's hope that we don't hear him. Okay, so there's the sentiment. All right. Now I think we're ready to actually put the card together. So I'll talk about each piece. So this is the back panel. All right. This piece is going to be the front panel. This is going to be the inside panel. And what we're going to do is take the same size. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is already run through the time worn folder. What I'm going to do is take some liquid glue, which I may have to pierce it a little bit. And I'm going to put the liquid glue behind the embossed piece. Let's see. Yep, I do have to pierce this a little bit. There's glue in it, but let's see. Okay. Go like that. Okay. So my husband just came back from Ireland. He was gone for 2 weeks, almost 12 days. It really felt like a long time. And he brought back tons of chocolate from Ireland. We love the Cadbury, but it tastes different when you get it from Ireland. It's delicious. And that's what I had after dinner. I had to have myself a little sweet snack. Okay, so this is the front. This is the inside panel. So what we're going to work on first, and this is the back panel. What we're going to work on first is the front. Actually, maybe we'll work on the front panel last, and we'll work on the inside panel first. I think we can do that. Okay, let's do that. And so let's get these pieces here. So we need this. We do need to do some blending. This and this. And these two are for the back, and those are for the front. And this is for the front. Okay. So we need to do some blending here. So this is going to sit right at the edge like that. So this is going to be my left panel. Okay, so let's put this on the side and get a blending brush and some mint macaron. Thank you, Pam, for sharing. Okay, so we'll use this and some scrap. And what I'm going to do is just dab some off. And I need to actually open my original. I've been going by memory. I don't want you guys to see it just yet. So where am I going to blend is the question. So I'm going to blend this first panel over here. Blend it lightly. And then this second panel, where my fingers are inky, I'm going to blend that about over here. And I might add a little bit more here. And then on this panel, third panel, we're going to skip. Fourth panel, we'll start from here, from the bottom right up and toward the middle. Okay. Okay, I think the color's good. All right. Okay. And then we're going to take one of these white panels, going to do a little bit more blending on this panel. And right around here, we're going to add some color. That should be about where I need it. Okay. So yeah, while he was gone, I was lucky enough that I could work from home every day during that 2-week period, which was nice because I was able to take care of the dog and not have to worry about the dog all day and things like that. It was just nice to be home, actually. Okay. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. I made a mistake. I colored these, which is fine, but I'm really supposed to be coloring all of these. So well, let's do that again. One of them I already did. That's the third panel. So let's do that all over again. I totally screwed that up, but it's okay. This doesn't matter. So this is coming from, wow, my ink pad is totally ruined. I got to work on it from up there. And then this one is coming from the top down. That's the third one. And the fourth one is coming from the bottom right up to the middle. Okay. So that's the lineup right there. So for the second panel, okay, let's keep these all here for now. For the second panel, we need this little piece of red ribbon. And I'm going to use some tear and tape here. Someone said kids are wild. Oh, kids are wild. I'll have to get back later. Yep. Okay. Thank you, Pam. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for stopping in. And we'll see you later. Okay, so this tear and tape goes here. Let's lift that up. And then I'm going to put this ribbon down and then put another piece of tear and tape on top. So this will be a little bit of a long video, but then I thought, well, people do like 3 cards in one night. So, you know, this is one, but it's an extra special one. So let's just go with it. Okay. so we can take that tape off. So I just secured it is what I did. And then we'll be able to put this down. So now I'm going to use some liquid glue, and this is going to be the second panel. And that'll go right there. Okay, and then we're going to take this strip. It's going to go right on top of there, but we're going to flag that at the bottom. I'm going to go kind of high on this because I cut a large strip. Okay, and then with some liquid glue or adhesive, whatever is handy, you can put this down on top. And that'll go right close to the stitching, but not too close, like 1/8 of an inch away from the stitching. And that'll go there. Okay. And then the left side. Okay. So the left side will go here. Yeah, we're going to put this one right here, and we'll work on building that after. So let's just put that one there for now. Try to make sure that they're evenly lined up. And then this panel to the right, now we have this one in the middle and this one to the right. This can go down as well. It's this one we can't put down yet because I just realized that we do need that die cutting one more time. So the one thing I did not pre-do is cut the scallop on the red heart strip. So this strip I need to put through the scallop, which I don't have with me. Hold on. Okay. So what we're doing here is going to take the die. I forgot about this scallop that we use this one. I'm going to take the die here and let's see. Run this strip through the die cutting machine right about here. So you get maybe 3 scallops in there. Okay. So each end will be scalloped, and I'll run it back. And there you go. You have the scallop here and the scallop there, and we're going to add it right there. Okay, we'll use that liquid glue. At the end of this video, or actually at the end of making this card, I have a little special announcement about this card for you all at the end. Okay, so that goes there. This can go back before I lose it. And this can go back. So now here's the card. This is going to go behind here before we do anything else. And that is the piece that when you flip it over, we're going to put some liquid glue behind here. Actually, I want to trim it down just a little. I'm big on the liquid glue tonight. No, not as much as adhesive as I usually use. And then that will go right underneath the, or right equal to, right on top of the stitching there. That's about right. And then I'm ready to have this part go down on top of the card. Okay. So we want to make sure it's kind of centered like that. Okay, there we go. So now we can take some of our pieces that I've already pre-cut and start layering things. Let's put that on the side. Let's move things out of the way so we can start to put some things down here. Actually, let's finish the base and the inside left side and the inside and the back side. So the next thing we're going to do is, here we have our front, and want to make sure that the words are the right direction, which they are this way. Okay. So we're going to take this big scallop piece and put some liquid glue behind there. And bring it over to the left. Okay, that's about right. Adhere that down. And then we're going to put some liquid glue behind this first panel. And like I said, I'm not paying attention to very many questions or comments right now because I really need to concentrate on what I'm doing. I'm going to line this up right about here. I want this panel in between the stitching, but it also has to be right at the edge. Okay, so I got to concentrate on two things at the same time, making sure that does not pop out. That's why we're using liquid glue, so we can make the adjustment if necessary. And that worked out perfectly. And then we want to make sure that we align this next panel. We want to make sure that this panel is going to go back here, but I want to bring it close here so I can see exactly where I lined up my scallop here. So the first thing we're doing, though, is taking this strip. Let's put this aside for a second. And that's going to go right here. Okay. So I'll use some liquid glue for that. So we have a little of the mint macaron showing on top and bottom. So this card is 5.5 and this strip is 5.25 in height. Okay, so now this is where I want to kind of place this here. So I know exactly where I want to put this scallop on this side. And anybody that might be joining now, be sure, if you're not on my mailing list, that you join my email list so you can get the directions, the measurements, and instructions for this card. Now, I think that's just about lined up right, pretty well. Okay, that goes there. Now, that's the back panel. So what we need to do is take this back panel and again, line it up in between the stitching here. Okay, but you want to make sure that it's butt up against this as well. So this has to come down a little bit. And before I secure it, I just want to make sure nothing's peeking out. Okay. So yes, I have it in there about the same as here. So it lines up properly. Okay. And there you have what is the inside right now. So let's start adding some. Oh, I did forget one thing. I knew I would forget something. Let's see if I can add it now. We'll see. We'll see. I think I can. I'm going to lift this very, very lightly. It's still early enough for me to lift that side and to lift this side. I knew I forgot something. Okay. So what we're going to do is, of these flowers, we're going to add them right underneath there. Okay. Just like that. And there's enough glue behind there that it'll stick. It just adds a little bit more character to have that there. And I might be adding some more glue there, but that's okay. We'll do that. And then on this side. So that should have been done before. These pieces should have been done before I laid this whole panel down. But we're good. See that? Now I'm going to add a little bit of glue in here. And you won't even know that I goofed up. And that one's secure. Okay. Hi from Missouri. Let's see if I can find Janet. Hi, Janet. So funny. I can't see names on this computer, but I can see them on my left. Oh, and I see Elizabeth. Hi. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for saying it's a lovely project too. I appreciate that. So this is where your writing's going to go. You don't have got a lot of card, but not a whole lot of room for writing. But that's the whole point of this. It's supposed to be a little bit, artsy craftsy. You can always add more information somewhere. You can always put another pocket somewhere if you really wanted to. Okay, so now let's start with the leaves. We'll start on the right first. I'm going to take, let's see, maybe this one. That's too much like what's there. Maybe this one. I think, yeah. I'm going to stick this in there with a little blue dot. So now I'm going to start layering things. I'll stick this in here. Actually, sticking out. Oh, it's going to get covered anyway. And then I'll add some more little liquid glue behind there. And then I have some leaves that are already cut, as I mentioned earlier. And now on my original, I kind of cut up this cluster and added it where I wanted it to go. But tonight, I'm just going to leave the cluster alone. And take another leaf. So all those leaves, the leaves that I die cut, I did earlier, right here. I've already cut these up, and that's what you're seeing me do right now. And so I'm just laying this down right now. And then I'm taking this little heart strip, and I'm going to flag both ends. Okay, that's flagged. So what I'm going to do is add that right there before I do anything else and start gluing everything down. Let me make sure I am in camera here. Okay. So that's going to go about there. I'm going to put this piece here and this piece here. Let's see if I have a different piece. They look the same. Do these look the same? Yeah, these are different. So I'm going to use this one. I haven't used adhesive yet, only glue, liquid glue. So I'm going to put this one up here. Like I said, I was going to cover up that glue dot, right? And I did. I don't want this to be too bulky. That's why I'm using, I'm not using any dimensional here. So I want that to go kind of like that. Okay, so that's good. Good placement there. Now the one that I made for my daughter, the original, is a little bit different. So when you see the tutorial go out tomorrow, I have noted on the tutorial that the photos and the tutorial were created prior to this live. And because I have to go to work, I don't have time to retake pictures tomorrow of this card. So that'll be exactly this card on the tutorial. So you'll be able to figure that out. Okay, so we're going to use this whole bunch, and I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue here. And I'll explain that again later. Okay, let's just put that there. Let that dry for a second. All right, next. Thanks for sticking around with me. So now we're going to add some leaves here. So I'm going to take these bigger ones, right? I'm going to add that here. I'm actually going to cut this middle down. And this. Okay, just going to put that there. And I also think I want a little bit more color here. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to use this ink pad after tonight. I got to order a new one right away. I have to put it in order anyway. So, okay. And so this leaf is going to go right there. And put liquid glue behind that. And now I might as well stamp while I'm on this side so I don't forget. Let's stamp. This says, "So proud of you." And I'm going to put that right here. And that's in petal pink. Oops, I was a little bit too far. You know how I'm going to fix that? I'm going to put re-stamp it on a piece of white cardstock and put it right over there, and we'll fix that up. I'll fix that. Okay, let's put that on the side. And now we're going to get one of the petal pink larger flowers. I guess I should take some of these out. I'm just afraid I'm not going to find them if I put them out. Okay. Let's take a petal pink larger flower and use a glue dot, a couple of glue dots for this one. Oh, Lois, it's okay. Yeah, watch the replay. This is a long card tonight. It's a keepsake card, so they tend to be a bit longer. Now we're going to add another flower here, but I haven't cut that out yet. So we'll wait on that one. And so that's that side. And now here we're going to take another one of these and we'll liquid glue. So on this panel, and we're going to put that right up there. We're going to cut that little tab right off. I'm going to take one of these clusters now and put that down. We'll put that right down there. And then on this side, I think I might add, I didn't on my original, but I think I might add a leaf here. Actually, no, I'm not going to add that one. Maybe this one. I need that other one for the front of the card. The front of the card will go quicker than the inside. Just FYI. Just add this here for a little interest that I didn't put on my other. Okay, now we'll take, are these the same? This one, I think, and put that here. Now before I put that down, I need to take this strip, this petal pink strip. Now remember all of these measurements, and there'll be a photo in my newsletter tomorrow. There'll be a photo of all these pieces that are cut. You'll see a photo of them all. So if you want to recreate it, you know exactly what pieces you need besides it being. So this should have gone under here. So here's another error that I made. But I can still lift this up and throw it under. That's the thing. If you don't like press too hard on the glue, it's a little bit forgiving. I'm going to cut that down. See if I can get that in there. Yep. Perfect. Exactly perfect. And now I'm going to take this one, this heart one, and flag that as well on both sides. I will go back and look at all your comments later and respond and get them into the wheel of names as soon as possible, as I've been doing, because that's working out very well. Okay, so where was that piece? Here are the leaves. I'm going to put those leaves down right about here. Maybe a little bit higher. Let me see. And then that's going to go on top of there. So I think I can move this a little bit and then put this on top. I was thinking of using this paper right here when I started this card, but there just weren't enough colors in it for me. Because I know red is not one of my daughter's favorite colors, but she will like the card regardless. Okay, so for this one, this is where I did do some fussy cutting of these flowers. So I am going to do that right now and fussy cut a couple of these flowers because I'm going to use them in different places. And there's a little bit too much white space around here. I didn't do a very good job die cutting these. I went very quickly. So I want to get rid of some of that white space. White space is good, but not for this right now. So I have one larger flower, and I'm going to cut a smaller flower here. Okay. 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 I think I need a tissue though. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So this flower is going to go right about there. And I think I also cut off some of these little bubbles, cherries, bubbles, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it is. And there. So let's glue these down. And this. I feel like I should be listening to music. Actually, it's funny. When I was creating this the other night, actually, it wasn't the other night. It was on Sunday. I was working on this Saturday, Sunday. But anyway, Sunday, if I started it Saturday, I was finishing it on Sunday. And I was down here in my basement because we had a quiet, my husband just came home from Ireland. It was Super Bowl Sunday. We were going to be home for the game. And I was just doing, a lot of his laundry and things like that. So I was down here, and I had on my desktop, I had YouTube music on. I don't know. I just came upon it. And it was 70s soft rock. And, I grew up, I was, in my teens in the 70s. And it was just brought back a lot of memories listening to that music. And I know words to all sorts of music, everything. And the only kind of music that I don't know is like house music, that, dancing music, whatever. I guess you call it house music. I don't know. I don't know that music. And we were at a party on Saturday night, and there was house music on. And I didn't know any of that. And my husband's like, "What? You don't know the words to these?" Because he knows that I know the words to everything once I hear it. And yeah, it's the only kind of music I just don't know. Let's see. All right. So a little bit of chitter chatter. Okay. This piece right here, I'm going to cut one of these flowers as well, because I had said that I wanted to put one there. So we're going to do that. These are the only ones that I didn't cut pre-cut. Everything else I did pre-cut. I just forgot about these. So just going to put this little one right in there. And the reason I got to do it now is because I'm going to add a gem in there soon, and it'll look better if I put this piece in there. So yeah, I never went out, like when I was young, we did, we went to the discos and things like that. I never really liked it, but I did it because, that's what we were doing. And so I don't really know that music. I know disco music, but not really that house music stuff, whatever it is. Hi, Bernice. Thanks for sharing. Thank you very much. Okay, so there's a flower in there. And I also put a couple of flowers here, but we'll worry about that later. Okay. Now, before I do any gems, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So this is it so far. No gems. This is where I would put somebody's name in the letters, but I'll show you that later. So let's move on to the front of the card. Oh, actually, this is the back. So we have a couple of scallops here, right? So I put this one here and this one here. And actually, yeah, like that. And then I'm going to take, there should be another stripe piece. So before I do that, I'm going to flag this stripe piece. And I'm going to put this stripe piece. Let's glue these down. And this one will glue down. So I posted the book that I'm reading right now. The other day, I started it. Haven't gotten very far because I haven't had much time. It's called What Alice Forgot by Leanne More. I don't know if it's Moriarty or Morarity, something like that. I'm not really sure. And then this will go up on top like that. But it's very good. It's got me turning pages. Like I want to see what's going to happen next. And I'm only up to like chapter 8. I try to at least get 20 minutes in every morning before I start work. At least. Sometimes I get a half an hour in if I wake up early enough and get the dog walked. But so far, I'm really enjoying that book too. And I just finished Mad Honey, which you know if you were here with me last week, which is also really good. Okay, so there's that. We're going to add a little flower to the back here. Let's add a little flower here. And then if we have something little, yeah, we do, we can stick that here too. Why not? We have them, so let's just add them. Okay, let's leave those. Now we are going to work on the front. Now, okay, so let's bring over these pieces. The fun begins. So we're going to take this scallop and this piece and just add a little glue all around the edge. All around the edge. So also, so we talked about music, we talked about a book, and now I can talk about a show that my husband and I were watching before he went to Ireland, and we were up to maybe the last 3 episodes, and or at last 2 episodes, so we watched the last one last night. So I don't know, it's on Paramount, it's called The Offer, and the whole story is about how the Godfather came to be, how it was, yeah, between the producers and the writer and the director, and how it all came to be. It's very interesting. And they had a lot of the original people talking about it. So that was a good show. If you like the Godfather series, you might find this a really interesting show. Here's the petal pink stitched rectangle going on top of the large scallop piece. Has anybody seen that show? You can let me know here. That's as much TV as we've been watching lately. Let's see, is there anything else we need to catch up? Oh, tonight after this, I'm going to go up and we are on the up to date, but we're on the next episode of 1923. So we're all caught up there too. So once I see that next episode tonight, we'll be all caught up on 1923 as well. And now this is going to go right there. It's a fun combination of colors, and they're all pulled from the designer series paper, Country Floral Lane, which I feel like I want to keep saying Country Lane Floral for some reason. Okay, so let's put now this piece. I did forget something. I forgot to die cut this piece out, which I'm going to do, but let's just finish this part first. So now let's take this 22-inch ribbon, fold it in half so I know where the middle is, and then lay it in the center here, about there. Okay, but I think I need a little bit more to my left because it's got to wrap around. So let's see that. Yeah, I definitely need more to my left. So it can wrap around. There we go. That should be right. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to put some tear and tape across here. Hi, Dawn. Put some tear and tape. and pulled this right on top of that. Okay. Now we'll take this vellum and put that right on top of here. It's going to get all covered up, so make sure it's pulled. If you watch Super Bowl, which we did, I wasn't really impressed with any of the commercials except for the dog commercials, the farmer's dog food commercials. Those were cute. Other than that, I could have cared less about the commercials. I'm shocked that they were not nearly as good as, to me, in my personal opinion, as they've been in years past. Okay, so before I do that, I need to cut this down to 4 1/4 because it's too long. So I have to step up for 1 second. And I also have to get the circle dies. Okay, because we do have to cut that. Okay, this is going to go on top of here like that. Now you really only need like a little piece. This is all wasted in the middle, but it is what it is. And we're going to cut out this circle. That piece, that one's too big. This is the one I think I need. So we're going to bring the die back for 1 second. So that's another die that I used. So really getting a lot of use out of my dies for this one keepsake card. For all of you that have been sticking around and watching, I hope you're enjoying this and have a nice either cup of coffee, tea, and my personal favorite, a glass of maybe Pinot Grigio, because if I were on your end, that's what I'd be drinking right now. Hot chocolate maybe. Okay, so this is going to go right in the center. Really trying to be careful that I don't mess up the steps here. So far, so good. I haven't messed anything up. On the front, anyway. Okay, so that's going to go in the center. Sticky hands, though. Too much glue. I need a wipe. A wipe and maybe even some Purell. Purell seems to really get the glue off. And now a wipe. That's better. Okay. Okay. I'm still moving along, aren't I? It looks like I'm a little bit behind on my computer. I don't know why. So I hope I'm moving along. Oh, here we are. Okay. Okay. So this is the next step. Is to put this on here like this. Now here, you know what? I'm actually going to secure it with some tape, tear and tape. I want this to, I don't want to put dimensionals on here. I don't want it to be any more bulky than it is. The one thing I did not do yet is make the envelope for this. I want to make a special envelope, and I might use 12 by 12 paper. The thing that's keeping it cut down, but the thing that's keeping me from doing that, and why I didn't do it for my card yet, is because I can't find my envelope punch board. So Stampin' Up! Had an envelope punch board, but you can still get one from, I'm not opposed to using it because you could still get it from the craft store. There's too much glue on there. And now we're going to put that right on there. But I need to open this up a little bit. So then that is very sticky. So I'm going to stick one of my leaves on there since it's so sticky, and the other one down here. Okay. So let's take these long leaves, and I may not put as many leaves on this as I did on my original. It doesn't really need as many as I had on my original, and you'll see that shortly. Let's go this way. And I'm not going to press yet because I need to slip some things through there. I really do like the way it looks, all the leaves on the original, but this is also a smaller card than the original. This is your standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and my original is 5 by 7. So I'm going to leave that like that for now. I do have more leaves cut, so I am going to grab them. Let's grab the rest of these too. Now I was gonna, these die cut leaves I have here, I was gonna use a different die that's brand new. It's an online exclusive coming to customers March 1st, but I wouldn't have been able to share the product information on my tutorial, so I just opted not to use them. They're a little bit different. I like them a little bit better, but I did use them on my original. But I figured, let me use a leaf that we already have, that I haven't used in a while, and will look just as nice. So that's why I pulled out the artistic dies. Okay, here are these leaves and these leaves, and we're going to cut out the center here and the center here. And now we're just going to be layering, and then we'll add flowers. So I'm going to throw this in here. I hope I'm up enough here. This here. Now I know I have some more over here. Yes, I do. From my original, I have leftovers, so that's where I'm going to pull some more in from. And then let's go with another one here. And then maybe some more here, I think. Yeah. And I think that'll be it. But we'll see how the flowers fall. Okay. Now let's get the heart. I'm going to put the heart right there. And that I am going to use dimensional for, but I'm only putting one down right now. I want to make sure I have it where I want it. And then I think we're going to put this sentiment down. And we're going to use dimensionals for that as well. Okay. That will go there. And now we're going to start layering some of these flowers with glue dots. So we're just using a variety of adhesives, and I'm going to throw that in there. And these will be secured later, but for now we're just working with what we have. And then I'm going to take one of these and throw that under there. Yeah, go down there like that. And then I'm going to go here with the red one. Go under here like that. Take this leaf. I'm glad I have all these little ones cut up already because they're coming in handy. This leaf. And then we're going to take one of these leaves, maybe use some liquid glue here. Don't ask me why I use one versus the other sometimes. I don't know. It's just whatever comes to me. We put that leaf right there. And this leaf up on top somewhere. And then we are going to take one of these little ones again and cut that up. We're almost there. We're almost to we're going to put some gems on this baby. I'm going to slip this under here with a glue dot. And then we're going to take, I don't think I have one of these little ones cut, so we're going to cut one of these, this smaller one here. Wow, this is going to be one of my longest videos. I think we're up on 8:30. And that'll go here, but we're going to take a big one here as well. Put it down here. And then this one will go right on top there. Okay, and then one more right here, but that's got to be a red one. That's got to be a good red one. And one more. Okay, we need this one. And I'm probably going to replace this one. And that one's going to go here. Actually, I'm going to stick a dimensional behind there. And I think we need one more and we're done. We're just going to get this one. And that will go right about here. And I'm going to use a little dimensional for that as well. To hold that in place. Okay, so now we can put some gems on. Let's see. I'm probably going to add a little bit more leaf and straighten it out a little bit, but for the most part, it's done. So I used for the outside, I used all of these petal pink genial gems. Let's see, I put one there, the smaller ones. I put a lot here. I put a lot on this little card. Oh, I did use one more big flower. I see it under there. Let's get one more under there. Actually, that's not the size I wanted, but we're going to keep it there. And then we're going to get that there. And then we're going to get a big one on here. And a big one up here. And a big one here. Lots of gems. These are retired. They're like $3.20. And I'm going to put one here. And one here. And I'm going to put another big one up here. I don't even know how many I have on there right now. There, like that. And then for the inside, I did these green ones. So let me look. I did and then one here and here and one more here. Oops, this one came off, or did I not put it on there? Okay, let's move all of this stuff out of the way. I think we are done. So I'm going to close it up, and then we're going to open it up. Now, here's the back. I think I'm going to put a little something back there because that's what I did on my original. Here's your front. So imagine getting this card in an envelope with the inside paper, using the inside paper. I'll show you what I mean. So you open that up. You are every bit of wonderful. And then you open your card. And imagine your envelope look like that. And there you would have the name. Here's where you write your note to the recipient. You, so proud of you. And then here's the other side. So you can also make these pockets if you wanted to write some more. So there you have it. That is tonight's keepsake card. I know it was a long one, but I hope you enjoyed watching the process. And imagine a lot of the steps were done with for you. I did all the die cutting. So imagine how much work goes into it before getting to this point. You may have seen my picture. So now this is the original. So you'll see them side by side. So I'm going to lay this on top. Okay. So you see the difference in size, right? So this is 5 by 7. So this one is the one for my daughter. Okay. So imagine that was tied. Okay. So, a few more gems. This is basic borders right here. And this is one of our newer folders that are coming out. So it's a little heavier on the leaves. I think actually this is kind of heavy too, but it's smaller, so it looks a little bit more clumped. So I think I might just make some adjustments, and stay tuned because there's an announcement about that. And here are the other leaves that I used. And then we open it up, right? Same. I told my daughter not to watch this tonight. She didn't get this yet. So here is her name. So I sponged her letters a little bit. And then I put some Wink of Stella on there. I don't know if you could see it. And then I thought, wouldn't it have been smart to use the shimmery white paper here? I have to clean up some of this stuff. So a difference I can see already on this one compared to hers is, see these little ones? And I knew that I would like to add those, but I don't think I want to add them in that color. I think I want to add them, but in this color, the petal pink. And then here's her pocket. And here I did a little stamping too, which I didn't do here. And there's the So Proud of You. This leaf I used, but I didn't like it. So that's why I went with this leaf instead. This one's just too big. It just doesn't go. And then the back of hers right there. I used the red, the Sweet Sorbet. But the reason why I switched it up is because I had this piece die cut from this center, right? The center, and I needed to make use of it rather than use another piece of paper. So that's why we did that tonight. And then I will put something on the back. So now this was definitely an inspired card. For a lot of you, you know that I like to try to recreate $1 Million Achievers cards using different products, which I completely use different products here. I can't show you the inspiration card yet because I couldn't find the printout of it. I printed it out and I can't find the sheet. Let me move my daughter's over. So that one's not, since that's not the one we did tonight, I'm going to push that over and put this one here. But you see how putting someone's name, or you could put like love you or for you or something else, whatever you want here, if not the person's name. So you know what, let's put this one out here. It's got the name on it. It's kind of nice. Now I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, it was inspired by a $1 Million Achievers card. Her name is Sarah. I don't know what her last name is. It was a while back. They used, I think, the Sweet as a Peach. And when I find, I'm going to have it in the tutorial. I'm going to put a picture of the original inspiration in the tutorial. So anybody who's getting the tutorial tomorrow, because you're on my email list, you will see the original inspiration, at least the front of it anyway. Okay. So the announcement that I had earlier about this card. So I have a card kit to go every month now with my good friend Heather Guerrero. We just did in January Regency Park, where we used these stamp sets. And then this month we're doing Sweet Citrus. So I will pull that out and show you while we're talking about it. So The Sweet Citrus cards are here. So before I show you that, anyone that has made purchased my card kit to go in January and up until this Friday, you can still register for the Sweet Citrus that I'm going to show you. Anyone registered for the February by Friday and for the January, you're going to be put in a drawing for this card. So you have to have purchased my January or purchase my February card kit to go. My February card kit to go is Sweet Citrus in order to be in the drawing for this card next week. So now I will show you the Sweet Citrus card kit if you missed it last week. So these are the cards. The card kit to go is $39. That's with shipping, includes shipping. It's less if you're a porch pickup person. Comes in this box in a Jiffy padded USPS envelope. And these are the cards. So I'm just going to, show you quickly. This one. There is some technique in here. 2, 3, and 4. Love this basket. And you get enough material to make 2 of each card. Let's just put that on the side. You do need this set to make them exactly as is. So this is the Sweet Citrus bundle. You need the stamp, you need the folder, and you need the dies. However, I was thinking about this, that these cards can be made using a floral stamp set as well. So if you have the Regency Park or Sentimental Park or Petal Park, or another large floral stamp set, like hand penned, or even this one that I showed you tonight, even this one, I think you can make these cards using flowers too. So you get all the paper, cardstock and whatnot, and all the die cuts, except for what you need for the lemons. And this is what your box will look like when you get it. It'll be wrapped nicely in the tissue. Right now, I just have it sitting on top. You will have a small treat with a tag that I create for you, especially for you as a thank you. You'll get a full pack of glossy dots, a full pack of Brights Design a Series paper, and in each packet is 2 full sets of what you need to make 2 cards. And then you get a tutorial and with measurements, instructions, and video tutorial. Okay, so that's what comes in your Sweet Citrus kit. It opened last Monday, registration, and it closes this Friday. Tomorrow, I'll be sending out a reminder with a link. But if you're on my newsletter, the link will also be in my newsletter. So, and if you're not 100% sure how to sign up and register, please just email me at right here. And it's also in the description of this video. Okay, so then the next thing that I want to share, let's put this away and I'll leave this here, is my Valentine's Day retreat, my Crafters Retreat Valentine's Day. I just wanted to show you. This bag has, I had my Crafters Retreat 2 weeks ago, was it? Yeah. And so these were their pillow gifts. So this has like baked cheese puffs. This one has candy corn. And this has these, the little box has these Yum Earth Organic Giggles. I had it open because I was eating them. They're really good. They're not as tart as Skittles. So they're really good. So I wanted to share those. And also, I wanted to share some new stuff coming online only ordering. Some new papers. Really pretty. You're going to have to use that soon. And some dies. So on my original, I actually did use this die and I used these leaves. on my daughter's card. So the die is behind there and these leaves right here. And then the most exciting part to me is these folders. These are awesome folders. So they're a pack of 3. They've never done that before. So, and then there's these fun little gems. And there's more stuff, but this is all that I could pre-order. I think I dropped one. These little gems. So that was fun to get these the other day. And then, let's see. There is I just told you about my card kit to go with my friend Heather. And then there's the February Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial that you receive for free with a minimum $35 order in my online store using the host code, which is in the description. And this is my card for that tutorial. And then you also get a thank you card from me. So you get a free tutorial and a thank you card, handmade thank you card from me with your $35 minimum online purchase. Now, I guess you're ready for the drawing, right? So this is the card that I made last week. Let me just take it out so you can see the card and the envelope. So we made this card last week. That's the back of the envelope and that's the front. And in case you missed it, we put a little tear and tape back behind here. So that way when you seal it, you just have to peel off that tear and tape and you're done. And then here is the front of the card. And here's the inside. And so this is going to someone who shared and commented from last week. So now I'm going to pull up my wheel of names from February 7th. Let me close out all this advertisement stuff and all my YouTube notifications and this. And I am going to spin the wheel to see who is, let me put that down here, going to win this card. So here are the names for everyone that I pulled for sharing and commenting, and I'm going to spin. Ah, my friend Carmen. Carmen, I don't know if I saw you on here tonight, but if you're here, you won. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. You won this card, my friend. Carmen is a local person, and she is one of my very loyal in-person class goers. So congratulations, Carmen. This will be ready for you at our next class. And once again, in case you missed it, the card we made tonight is, if you are part of my January or February card kit to go, if you purchased in January's card kit to go, and if you've already purchased, because I've got about 6 of you that have already purchased the Sweet Citrus card kit to go. And so those 6 names will also be included. You have until Friday to register. You can email me. You can get on my newsletter and register. You can go to my blog and register. I forgot about that. You can also go to my blog and register. And then the PDF tutorial will be available in my PDF store. So for anyone who does not know where that is, I will show you if you're still hanging around here. Paper, it's not coming up right away. I don't know why, but my blog should come up any second now. I'm having a little bit of trouble. So here we are. Here's my blog. And if you go to Shop Stampin' Up products, so here, Sweet Citrus card kit to go. You can register before I do anything else. You can register. I'm trying to see if it right here, or here, or here. So you have until this Friday. It closes on Friday the 17th. So on Saturday the 18th, I order product, and by February 28th, it should ship, as long as I have all the product in on time. So here it says stop stamp Shampin'. Shop Stampin' Up. Nope, that wasn't it. Hold on. Let me go back. Here. This is Shop Stampin' Up products. You don't want that one unless you want to go to my online Stampin' Up store and make a purchase for product. This is my shop my store. Ooh, words are difficult tonight, and I haven't even had any wine. So disregard shop handmade cards. That part is closing. Shop tutorials. So I'm clicking on shop tutorials. So shop my store and then shop tutorials. So you could purchase my February Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial. You could purchase last month's Regency Park tutorial or any other tutorials that I have out there. That does not get you included when you buy a tutorial only. That doesn't get you included in the drawing for this. Just FYI, only those that get the kit to go. All right. I just wanted to share where you can find my tutorial store. I have some older ones in there. I don't have all my recent ones in there. Actually, I do. My recent ones for this year, I do. I just have to upload after registration closes on Friday for the Sweet Citrus February card kit to go. That's when I will upload my tutorial for that. Okay. If you have any questions about what I created tonight, please just email me right here. Links are in my description here. You have my blog, you have my newsletter, and I'm on YouTube. I'm here on Facebook. So please just reach out. And thank you for sticking around. If you've been with me this whole time, you're a trooper. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next Tuesday for our next Facebook YouTube Live. Take care. Have a great week and happy Valentine's Day. Bye, everybody.